it's Nikki of the Wealthy Woman Within. Welcome back, my lightworking ladies. Welcome back to Tapping into the Oracle, where each week I tune into your energy and I ask Spirit, I ask my angels and guides to let me know what is it that you've been experiencing. So what energy have you been sitting in and what's been challenging you? And then I ask them to offer us a way to move forward in this coming week. And then of course we always wrap it up with an EFT tapping round to just kind of tap in that guidance that was presented to us. So this week, when I tuned into your energy, my lightworking lady, I really got a sense. The word that came to me was sitting in the energy. So it wasn't so much of an active challenge or struggle that came forward, but it really was just more of, this was the energy that you'd been in and you were kind of riding that wave of the energy, and it was a little bit challenging to you. It was just new. It felt a little uncomfortable. And so what I found, the card that was presented as your energy that you'd been in was transformation. Is this so accurate or what? Absolutely. So really, we've been talking about for the last really month or two, this kind of message has been coming up for you. And I feel like last week was almost a culmination of things. There was a definite shift that happened for you. And you can see that shift as represented by you in the card there. So you are both of those women. So where you are in the last week was really embodying the woman at the bottom of the card. You can see her body, it's like all cracked and falling away. And it looks very much like the ground beneath her. It looks like the earth beneath her. And when you think about, when does the ground look like that? It looks like that when there hasn't been any water. So when you think about, there hasn't really been anything anymore in the old patterns that you find that nourish you. So what used to work for you, that old way of being, it doesn't feed you anymore. It doesn't nourish you. And so that's why you have that appearance, is that is not something that is going to bring you life and vitality anymore. So in the last week, you are very much sitting in that energy of just surrender and letting go. And by surrendering, you're really making a statement that you're ready to move on. You're ready for something greater. Because if you look in the back of the card there, you see those mountains in the far distance, and that's what you've been doing. That's really been your transformational journey, is you've traversed those mountains. That was your struggle in the past. You were climbing and striving to get through those challenges, overcome those obstacles that mountains and oracle cards often show us. And you've done that. You can see that they're in the background. They're in your past. It's part of your journey. And you've moved forward to this place where you finally just said, enough, no more. And that's when you sat down and just allowed those old patterns to go back to the earth, to go back to where they were originally created from, and allow them to just be absorbed. Because look what's coming forth. Look where you're right at, like a precipice, right? It's just, you are literally being drawn up towards the light. And that is the shift that's happened in you, is that when you finally said, I surrender, what else is there? A light was shined for you, and you looked up and you could see all of a sudden there's a whole new option. There is a different way forward. So this is you right now, right at this moment. You've surrendered, you've released, and you're realizing, oh my gosh, look at what's available to me. And almost filled with a wonder, like, is this really possible? And just allowing that light to guide you. It almost looks like you're being transported. It's effortless, right? You're just being carried along by the light. And the light is shining illumination into the darkness. Because if you look at the bottom of the card, there's dark colors. It's almost, devoid of any bright and joyful colors. And right where the light shines down, all of a sudden it's filled with colors. It's almost a rainbow of colors is what came to mind when I saw all of those colors in the clouds and in the butterflies around you, which of course we know are just miraculous transformation, those butterflies. And then even in the flowers that just are spiraling up your body. And the flowers remind me of kind of that May Day, right? And we are actually in May, so that dance around the maypole with the garland of flowers, it's a celebration. And so I feel like the light is really shining that down on you and bringing you this rainbow of colors to offer you a celebration of where you're at right at this moment. Because rainbows are expansive blessings. It's one of my favorite symbols. And although there's not a true rainbow in the card, I believe it is represented by all of those colors around you where you're at now. That is rainbow to me. And so you are expanding. The look at the woman at the bottom, the one that you've just left behind, it's a very contracted position she's in. And where you are now, you're going up towards the light and you're expanding. So you're expanding your possibilities, expanding what the light wants to shine down upon you, what is being illuminated for you. You're opening up to that expansion right now. And really, the whole thing is just carrying you into a gorgeous new way of being. It's so filled with positivity because the woman, you, the one who's going up towards the light, you can see there is this beautiful, ethereal, light yellow glow. There's a glow about you. And yellow in oracle cards is so much about joy and positivity and self-belief. And do you remember actually last week, that was our card? Self-belief was the card as our way forward into this week. So there you are. You started stepping into that self-belief and positivity. And here you are this week, and that is what's bringing you forward towards the light. That's what's bringing more light and expansion and joy into your life. So where do you go from there? I see the light is almost if you opened a door and the room in front of you was dark, and in the doorway that shined a light. So that's kind of what I see in that card. Is it's almost like there's a doorway up here right outside the edges of the card where we can't see it, and that is what's shining a light, and that doorway is opening up for you new possibilities. So where do you go? Where do you go when you're following that light? What's your way forward? How do you move forward into this next week? Well, when I asked Spirit how you move forward, what's your way forth, the message that was given was higher consciousness. So higher consciousness, the first thing I noticed in that card is you. You are that woman. And you can see it's almost like you were brought from the other card, you followed the light, you allowed it to carry you, and this is where it brought you. it brought you to this whole other level, this whole other awareness of who you are really at your core. Because if you remember that soft yellow from the other card, that is all about that positivity, right? And your relationship with you, and really getting to know you and believing in yourself and your value and your worth. And this week, look at the card. When you've stepped into that, you are embodying all of those things. There is just a solidity and a groundedness and just an ecstasy almost in your position. It is beyond joy. It is almost like this coming back home to yourself and realizing how truly magnificent you are, how amazing you are, and just standing in there. And that light that used to be carrying you, it's part of you now. It's infused you. You've embodied it so much so that it is literally projecting forth from your hands. It's like it's overflowing from your being, and now you're sharing it with others. So that same light that illuminated the darkness for you and inspired you to move forward, that's what you're doing. That is what you're doing this week. You are stepping into that grounded solidness of being fantastic with who you are, and you are shining it forward. And other people now, they're looking to that, and they are being illuminated. They are being drawn out of their darkness and inspired to leave behind those old patterns that no longer serve them, and just let them go, just like you did. And really, Spirit's message that they keep telling me is that you are a creator. They really want you to know that. Because if you look at that whole card there, that's what you've stepped into. You've stepped into that role of being so connected with you. You're connected with the divine. You're connected with all of creation. Look at what's around you. You are literally sitting in the cosmos. You're enveloped in it, right? There are planets surrounding you, and just that bright light at the top, which of course is Source, Creator. And right above you, there's an angel who has a very similar stance, except for she has wings and you have arms. So they are really wanting you to feel that oneness that you have and embrace your own power of creation. And so what they want me to ask you as you move forward into this week is, what do you want to create? So knowing that you have that power, knowing that you have this immense, solid strength in who you are, knowing that you are so connected with divine, you and the divine are one, what do you want to create? Because it's all available to you. And they would like you to know, your angels and guides would like you to know that this is something that it's not just for the big things. It is something that you can bring into your everyday life. So really this week, I invite you to go through this week with new eyes of a creator. Just when you're talking to people in your normal life, in your everyday relationships, or when you are working on your business or sitting across from a client, or even, yes, thinking about that grand vision that you have for the future. How can you look at that with fresh eyes of a creator and really keep that questioned in your heart and in your mind? What do I want to create here? So just when you're talking with somebody, it gives you that opportunity. What do you want to create? What's your intention that you want to come from that conversation? Or when you're working on your business and bringing forth something new and inspired, what do you want to create? How do you want that person who works with you that is on the receiving end to feel. And your big vision, truly allow yourself to dream big. What do you want to create? Because you are divinely supported. Look at that angel above you, watching over you, protecting you, and really just shining light on you and letting you know, yes, I am with you. So that is the question for you this week. What do you want to create? And so that is this week's guided messages for you. And as we move into our tapping, I am being called to tap with you on just that claiming, that owning that power and realizing that you are a creator. So not so much tapping through the resistance this week, but really kind of tapping in that awareness, tapping in that yes, that you are a creator and you can have anything you want. So tap with me, if you will. So tapping through the points and repeating after me. I am realizing just how much power is inside me. I am a creator. I am the creator of my own life. And there is so much good that I can do with that. So much light I can bring into the world. Because that's what creation is all about. Creating new, shining light where there wasn't any before. Finding new pathways. Or helping others on their pathway. That's all creation. And that all resides within me. I am a creator. I am the creator of my life. And I am divinely connected. I am divinely supported. I am divinely inspired. And I am being asked to shine my light. I am being asked to own my power. Step into my strength. And be great with being me. And I feel like I'm at a place where I can do that. I have transformed. I have shed those old patterns. I have surrendered. And I accept the light. I know the power of me. And I am taking on this role of creator. I am bringing it into my everyday life. I now look at things through the eyes of a creator. And I consciously ask myself, What do I want? What do I want to create? What's my intention here? What's the best way this could turn out? What would fill me with joy? What would serve others? This is my new role, and I accept it 100%. And just let that sink in. Let that calm power, that strength of being a creator, and that awareness that you are a creator and you are here to do amazing things and to share your light with others. So I so look forward to hearing from you. I would love it if you would leave me a comment below this video. When you watch this, let me know, what is it? What is it when Spirit asked me to ask you, what do you want to create this week? What came to mind? What do you want to create? Share with me the everyday little things and share with me your big vision. I would love to know that about you. So from one creator to the next, I am so glad to be a part of this with you. I will see you next week. This is Nikki Diaz of The Wealthy Woman Within. Bye for now.